Many special people change. How many lives are living strange? Where were you while we were getting high? Slowly walking down the hall, faster than a cannonball. Where were you while we were getting high? Someday you will find me caught beneath the landslide, in a champagne supernova in the sky. Someday you will find me caught beneath the landslide, in a champagne supernova, a champagne supernova in the sky. Up the dawn and ask her why. A dream, she never dies. Wipe that tear away now from your eye. Slowly walking down the hall, faster than a cannonball. Where were you while we were getting high? Someday you will find me caught beneath the landslide,
Hey y'all, good morning. Ignore the outfit. I'm about to go for a run. Before I've been up obviously early hitting it, but I have wanted to start with COTD today. Linda, what do we have today?
Today we have Ignite, we have some masterminds, and Ashley Edwards is hosting Deals and Donuts from 9 to 11 at Ridge Lake today, so starting on Wednesdays. So I'm super pumped about it. I was actually just pumping up myself with some, all I do is win on my music, to go
Yeah,
make some calls.
if you ever hear Ashley Edwards circle prospecting, it is a gift. So I would encourage you to get in there. She is a boss, and I told her this last night. I said I don't tell a lot of people this, but she crushes the phones with circle prospecting, and this is a great opportunity for y'all to get in and listen to what she does, and how she converts business. So she is a prospector and hunter at heart, and she does a phenomenal job. So love that. And then obviously Philip is doing Ignite. It's not too late to go and join in on that. Philip obviously is an incredible leader as well. And then we have masterminds. We have a very busy day today. So this is a great time for y'all to go get into production, doing the activity with Deals and Donuts and at Ridge Lake. And then you can go to masterminds and mastermind around your businesses. But I would tell you, like I tell Linda and everybody on our team, you don't get to access the meetings if you don't do the work, right? So awesome job, Linda. Thank you for that. All right, we are still in shift tactic. What tactic are we in? I don't even know, but it's short sales, REOs, and foreclosures. So we're in tactic number 11, and we're talking about foreclosures. And we talked about this on the last call. I think it's important for y'all to pay attention with the interest rates being what they are. Obviously, foreclosure rates are going up. And how can you provide a service to help people keep their homes first? And then second, how can you help them if they need to sell via a short sell? So wanted to bring this up because right now we're in stage 2 of the foreclosure. It says your opportunities for foreclosure shift. And I wrote this down. Here's the opportunities. And I'd encourage you to write this down if you're interested in gaining access to this opportunity. Number one, you're representing obviously investors or buyers. So are you scouring for your buyers to find better deals via short sales, foreclosures, auctions, whatever it may be? So if you're representing investors or buyers, you probably want a system around finding those properties. And then number two, if you choose to, if you want to be the agent, I think that niches in saving the home and making sure the customer gets to keep the home. You can also represent a former seller to repurchase the home at an auction, or they can repurchase it during a redemption period. So two options here. You're representing people on the buy side, or you're helping people repurchase their home if it has gone into foreclosure, or recapturing it during the redemption period. I did chat GPT redemption periods just because I was interested to hear what a redemption period was in terms of time frames. I believe they said, yeah, it says 5 years or less for tax sale properties is 1 year redemption period. So if you don't know somebody that's gone into foreclosure due to tax foreclosure, they have a redemption period of 1 year. For a mortgage foreclosure, Miss Patricia, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it says there is no redemption period for that. So is that right? Sorry, you unmuted.
Yes, that's
Yep,
correct.
that's correct. You're not feeling good. Get to feeling better. Um, all right. I also want y'all to understand, if you're going to understand foreclosures, I would encourage you obviously to understand the process for a short sale, understand where to find foreclosures. So I did ask chat where was the best place to find auctions and foreclosures. Let me share my screen and y'all can do the exact same thing I just did. Let me go in here. And it tells me exactly where to find them in Shelby County. So it gives me the tax sales, and then it also gives me trustee sales, and it tells me exactly where to go. This Zeus platform, GEO clearly is really liking this platform because it's recommended them several times throughout my discussions with my LLM. So I would encourage y'all, if you're going to go down this journey, you may want to consider going to sit at an auction and looking at an investment property through the eyes of yourself as an investor, so you can understand the process. And you can find all of those on this platform. And there's also tax sale information on the Shelby County government site as well. I like this. It says all properties for foreclosures sold as is, i.e., most of the time, if it's at an auction, you're going to have to pay as is with cash or good as cash funds, and you may not have the opportunity to inspect them beforehand. But the reason why I want y'all to look at this from the eyes of yourself as an investor is you can go down the journey to see what you would want or expect when purchasing a property at an auction versus just a customer. Because if you can go through the process and think like the customer, then you're going to be able to provide better services to the customer. I really like what they said on page 234. They talk about putting together essentially a system around an auction. So it says, do you have and have you reviewed the pre-auction checklist is number one. Have you done due diligence on the property? I.e., have you visited the property? Have you talked to an attorney to see what liens are currently on the property? You want to make sure you find out what liens are currently attached to the property. And then you also want to look at a buy box. And when I say buy box, you need to figure out, all right, here's the value of the property. Here's how much it would cost for me to renovate that property. Here's my carrying cost for that property. And then this is my resale value or what I would cash flow if I held it, right? And so in order to do that, y'all need to, again, go through this process. I would encourage you, even if you're not ready to purchase it, go sit at an auction, pretend like you're going to purchase it, and go through these steps so that then you can uncover different ways to service the customer. It says foreclosure specialist team. Love this. Never thought about this. It says agents who specialize in foreclosure properties, they assemble their own foreclosure team specialist. And these teams include vendor partners that help with tax, title, mortgage issues, contractors with repairs, and property management. They have a team in place already and they promote on social media. It says they promote foreclosure best investment list. I want y'all to catch this. So if you want to market yourself as a foreclosure specialist, and I know I've given a couple taglines even for short sales. This is a great one. Do you want to access a foreclosure? What did he say? A foreclosure best investment list. And they also mentioned this previously in this book for buyer deals. Here's a best buy deal. So here's a list. If you want to access the list of the best buy deals, DM me or contact me today. If you want to access foreclosure best investment list, DM me or contact me today. That is a great mover for y'all to create a funnel on the foreclosure auction investment side. It says, I've already talked about this in terms of carrying cost. But I want to take you here. I think you can still see my screen. It talks about different foreclosure related auctions. It has all of this information, tax sales, mortgage foreclosure auctions. And then it says recommended process and hidden opportunity, which I think this is something y'all need to pay attention to. It says many of the best deals never make it to the auctions. It says properties with foreclosure notices filed but have not yet sold are great opportunities for y'all today to call and see how you can help them keep the home. And I want y'all to come up with value. How can you help them keep the home first? And then obviously if they need to sell, we can go talk to the bank and negotiate on their behalf. Tax delinquent owners before the tax sale. So see who is whose properties are in tax delinquent owners. Go after those owners and see what you can do to help them. Probate properties with delinquent taxes is another one. And I showed y'all that website where you can find all that information. And then any vacant properties that are inherited properties are opportunities for investors. And if you serve as an investor, it's an opportunity for you. It says you can contact owners before the auction and structure it as follows, subject to purchases, seller financing, equity partnerships, and traditional listings. For those that don't know how to structure this, good news is you can enter this into an LLM and it will tell you how to structure it. And then you're going to contact a title attorney and ask a title attorney if there are any gaps in the structure before you go present offers. Okay. This is the reason why this foreclosure specialist team is a critical piece to this entire puzzle, right? You've got to have a lender that you trust, right? And Miss Patricia's on the call. You've got to have a title attorney, and then you need to make sure that you understand what taxes are owed or delinquent, so that you have all of the information so that you can educate yourself and therefore educate the potential customer. And I also put in here the redemption period, which I got all that information as well. Just threw a lot at you. What questions do you have about foreclosures? What takeaways did y'all get out of that? Linda, from an investor standpoint, what takeaways did you get out of that?
I do like how you encouraged us just to go to the auctions just to see what the process looks like. Um, that's a thought to have.
I would love for y'all to
Okay, I feel
go
okay.
ahead, Candace.
Okay, so what I took from that was go ahead and have me a team built for the foreclosure before I even started talking with them. That way, I'm going to be a comfort with them and I have a solution for their problems and I'm not looking stuck while they already feeling stuck. So I got from that, have some solutions, go to the auction, see how the process go, and then I can comfortably talk them through it because they're going to need some nurturing because they're already going through foreclosure. So the biggest part for me was the auctions and building the team to back me up with it. So that's what I got from it.
Yeah, if y'all will create a system around this and go through this as if you are an investor, regardless of whether you're going to buy it or not, you're going to self-teach yourself how to view this from the eyes of a customer. And you might as well practice on yourself versus going to practice on your client. And if anybody took anything away from this, I really think promoting, if you're going to go down this lane, right, and you're working with investors and you're working with foreclosure properties, I love somebody, take me up on this. If you want access to a foreclosure best investment list, contact me today. I promise you will get hits. Same thing on the buy side. If you're working with a lot of buyers, do you want a best buy list or best deal list of the week? And now you've got a marketing play so that you can then capture more leads. All that to say is I want to make sure that y'all start looking at every property as though you're an investor, or every deal as if you were the one purchasing that for a primary residence. Because we have to keep in mind, if you're nervous or fearful about going through a process, what do you think the customer is? 10 times that, because they're not real estate agents. They don't have access to the information that you have. So it's always our job to keep the customer's perspective in mind first, right? How did they feel? How can we streamline this? How can we better educate them? And the best way of doing that is putting yourself in their shoes and taking a walk in their shoes so that you can create better systems. Somebody said I missed the website. The website that it was brought up via GEO is Zeus Auctions. And then the Shelby County Trustees tax schedule is on Shelby County Trustee. Just Google that and you will find it there. Somebody said prayer hour. Right? Is that today? What time is that today?
It's today from 10:30 to 11, and I'm about to post the link that you can go on if you want to join virtually as well.
Virtual prayer hour is today. Please send up your prayer requests if you have any. If you want to hop in, give a prayer request. The prayer team can pray over y'all. And if there is anything else you need, I know our team is here and ready to assist y'all.
Wait, I have an announcement
Oh, go ahead.
that we almost forgot. It's Kirsten Smith's birthday, y'all. So
Oh, happy birthday, Kirsten. Everybody send some love.
Happy birthday.
Kirsten, we appreciate you. Happy birthday. If there's any singers on the call, y'all feel free to sing a happy birthday song, which is not, I'm not good at it. All right, Kirsten, happy birthday. We hope you have the best day. Y'all go get some folks to service. Foreclosures, helping them with short sales is a way to go. So I hope y'all will take that marketing hook and then y'all will start utilizing that and implementing it. We're doing REOs next month. So, or I'm sorry, next week. So REOs will be next week as well. No, actually, Linda, that's wrong. I won't be here next week, right?
yeah, you won't be here next week. We're gonna have some fun guests next week. Hopping in.
Special
Y'all
guest
missed it. Special guests every day.
every day, top producers from every office throughout go in the region will be on the calls next week. All right, y'all make it a good one. Make it count. Talk to y'all later. Bye, everybody.